Good morning and welcome back to Fenton Manor Leisure Centre. This is the home of Five Nations Roller Derby Playoffs 2025. I'm Dawn Mistress.
And I'm Haiti Perry.
And we're here with Tom Bowler, our producer. And we're here for Game 10 of this weekend. We're already at Game 10.
Game 10.
And it is Newcastle Junior Roller Derby against Sheffield Steel Junior Roller Derby. So this is one of our JRDA games, and this is a medal game. So we have two JRDA divisions in Five Nations. They've been playing all year. These two teams came second in their division. We have JRDA North and South, and they are playing for the bronze medals. So there's actual medals on the table today.
Actual shiny things to wear home.
So we'll just quickly run you through the rosters. Newcastle Junior Roller Derby will be playing in white, and we've got 101 Lightning Minx, 13 Freya Slayer, 16 Chaos Uncontrollable, 177 Evilo, 211 Fatal Fred, 214 Tiny Tornado, 32 Retro Ben, 57 Blind Strike, 64 Wiz, 66 Lucalorian, 667 Kitbull, 72 Derby Rammer, 911 Chewbacca, and 999 Basher.
And Sheffield Steel Junior Roller Derby are in black today, and they will be facing off, bringing onto track 04 are Thunder, 110 Honey Bludger, 117 Dangerous, 17 Bloody Mary, 22 is Jinx, 245 is Blitz, 310 Hootie, 313 Argy Bargy, 33 is Anna Key, 345 Hammerhead Shark, 444 is Kibosh, 505 is Alice Mayhem, 521 is Johnny Be Bad, 789 is Blaze Indigo, and 999 is M Emergency.
So as this is a JRDA game, there are a few different rules, and one of them in particular that we're going to see today is this is both a level 2 and a level 3 game. So in JRDA, if you're not aware, there are 3 different levels of contact that are allowed, or levels that you can play at. So level 2 is that you can block, but you can't skate into a block. And level 3 is that you can, as you would in adult roller derby, skate into a block. So you'll see very different sort of levels on the track, and what we'll do before each jam is they will hold up a sign saying this is a level 2 jam or this is a level 3 jam.
Helping the refs to know what is legal and what is not legal in that particular jam for the game.
But it also means that, one of the things about junior roller derby is it's not based on age or size, it's based on ability.
Yeah.
So you'll see very different sort of sized skaters against each other, but they are, equally capable of playing roller derby.
And watching these folks warm up, there is definitely a menagerie of size of skaters, I think we can safely say.
I mean, some of the skaters have just come back from Australia from the JRDA World Cup that were part of the successful Team GB who came home with a bronze medal. So, and then you've got some skaters who, look like that they, are not level 3 skaters, I think.
Not quite yet.
Yes.
There we go. So our first 2 packs are taken to the track.
So this is actually a rematch of the 2024 playoffs bronze medal. So both teams actually faced each other this time last.
They've met each other before.
Yes, and I believe it was Sheffield who took the win.
Took the win last year, yes. So let's see what Newcastle have spent the year working on.
Everybody looks ready.
So taken to the jam line for the first time in this game this morning. For Newcastle, we've got Blind Strike, and for Sheffield, we've got Hootie.
I believe this is a level 3 jam.
Can't see any cards, so we are going for full contact. And that's our jam timer telling us that it's almost time to start this game.
So you can see everybody lined up ready lots of anticipation. Medals are everything.
They are very important.
And we're underway.
Blind Strike is just out at the front of the pack, but that is Hootie. That is Sheffield's captain, leading by example. Blind Strike is not far behind. Hootie just managing to break down the white Newcastle wall there. Fortunately, that is someone going to the penalty box.
But Hootie now on a scoring pass.
4 points apiece.
Yep, could see Hootie approaching. Sorry, could see Hootie approaching. So called the jam. For, as you say, 4 points apiece. 5 points.
5 points. Oh,
Newcastle with that all-important first jam win.
so even though they hadn't got a lead, Blind Strike just managed to get past. One more hit before Hootie called.
And this will be a level 2 jam.
So we've got Kitball and Kibosh.
Oh, the inside line was left wide open and Kibosh took that.
Straight through. Kitball, however, is also back out. Kibosh coming back in now on their first scoring pass. Lovely use of the track there from Kibosh.
Newcastle not able to cover the whole width of the track, and Sheffield Steel able to exploit that.
So obviously with the difference between the first two jams, you can see the fact that the jammers aren't immediately engaging with that wall. So it's more of a manoeuvring round rather than trying to push your way through.
Where positional blocking really comes into play. But that jam comes to an end. But that was 8 points.
8 points apiece.
Yeah. So these first two jams is 13 points for Newcastle and 12 for Sheffield Steel. So super close.
I think we might be back onto a level 3.
It's usually an alternate.
Derby Rammer and our Thunder are your jammers.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely a level 3 jam there with the way that started. Yeah, Derby Rammer's like, no, Rammer by name, Rammer by nature. Battling his way through this wall. Meantime, our Thunder is through, completing their first scoring pass. Derby Rammer is out. Wall's resetting. But our Thunder has just taken it right onto that outside edge.
That was a fantastic swing out, but could have done with a bit more control to not lose so much time to reposition themselves.
Thunder there, just a tiny little recycle of themselves. Chaos uncontrollable there, just trying to do that last line of defence, but not quite successful.
Sheffield Steel, great reforming in front of Derby Rammer so that they could hold them back.
Yep, 16-point jam there for our Thunder.
So Sheffield Steel now on 28 points and Newcastle on 21. So that first opening of a glimpse of a lead.
Still quite tight though.
Yes, and you can just see how much they are really sort of playing each other and are used to playing each other.
Nice to see at such a young age and early start into their roller derby journey that these walls, these tripod walls, are desperately staying together, and when we are broken up, we get back together. Little bit of a David and Goliath little face-off there, with Luke Lorien taking on Jinx. Slight height differential between jammer and blocker there. It's usually the other way around.
Very true. But you can see how Newcastle have lined up wonderfully, but opposition is going in from 4-4-4 Kibosh, but not actually able to break out the Newcastle jammer, whereas Jinx is able to just skate round unopposed.
Whilst the pack's distracted, I will take all of your points. 4 apiece for that jam. Sheffield still with that lead.
But Newcastle absolutely keeping it close, keeping it tight, and making Sheffield fight for the points.
Blockers kept very cool in that last jam, even though Kibosh was coming in to do that offense. Sort of went round it, trying to reform all the basics of Derby that we need. So Blind Strike and Dangerous are your jammers.
Oh, that was a wonderful hit to the inside on Dangerous, and actually picking up a penalty.
Right.
And this is actually the first time that Newcastle have actually got lead jammer in this game.
And it is a power jam. However, we're going to have a jammer switcheroo. Dangerous went in for a forearms. Blind Street is there now for a high block. So we will now run for the full 2 minutes.
Dangerous, just so quick around the track.
Very quick.
35 in 5, I think.
Or just do it all day. It's youth on their side. Both blockers now back on track.
Blind Strike able to brush off those blocks from Sheffield and just skate off. You can see how, Newcastle's wall, when they are together, is really formidable. But when they split up, they're just not able to hold back Dangerous.
Get back into that. Strength is in numbers, Newcastle. Strength in numbers. Beautiful bit of side surfing there around the outside edge by Dangerous. Currently 8 apiece. Dangerous is back in the box for a cut track penalty. And there we go. That is the natural conclusion to that jam, as we had to run the full 2 minutes because our lead jammer obviously got sent to the penalty box. However, it does mean we've gone for an official review there,
which has been called by Sheffield. So it's an opportunity to say, if you are watching this at home, and why wouldn't you be early on a Sunday morning, because this is just fabulous. Talk to us on Discord. We've got a community Discord server. You can find us by searching us on Discord. You can find us from Five Nations, Facebook or Instagram. And talk to us, because literally we have it open here. You can tell us what you're thinking about this game at home. Mainly, just how exciting the future of roller derby is going to be. And tell us what you're looking forward to. A reminder also that we have another 3 games on this track today, and it is just final.
It's final countdown on track 2.
At 11:30 we've got Borderland Beasts Juniors versus Demonburg Juniors for the JRDA gold medal game.
More medals.
And then at 2 p.m. here we've got Wiltshire versus Bristol for the Tier 2 gold and promotion to Tier 1. And if you watched any of the games yesterday,
it's going to be a good game.
Yeah. And then Tier 3, we don't know who it's going to be yet because we're still doing the semi-finals, but it's going to be the 2 winners of the semi-finals who will be playing for Tier 3 gold, and that will be here at 4 o'clock.
That's not a lot of rest time, is it?
No, they're playing right now because Devon are playing Valkyries right now, and then after that it's going to be London versus Big Bucks. And then, and I'm Rebellion versus Cambridge.
Yeah.
Is going to be good as well.
I am in-house for that today. So I'm hoping we've got a lot of noise by the side of the track for that one.
Yeah. So at the moment, Valkyries are in the lead, 81 points to Devon 72 at half-time. But why would you watch that when you can watch this?
I mean, come on. Nothing against you, Devon and Valkyries, but look at these little tykes on track, some of them. I mean, in fairness, I think the only way I would beat them is the fact that I can do full, like level 3 contact. Because they would outskate me in a matter of seconds.
I'm not going to even discuss it because A, it's upsetting to me, and B, it's, you know, I just think we have to focus on these are going to be skaters who are going to be, we're going to be possibly competing against fairly soon. And just the level of dedication and knowledge and strategy that they're going to go into adult roller derby with is incredible. And you can see that as we're starting to get aged up juniors into WFTDA and MRDA play. Yeah. They are genuinely terrifying. Yep. So it's a Sheffield official review. They're looking for an illegal procedure on the white jammer as they enter the penalty box, because I was actually watching and they did fall as they enter the penalty box, and so there is a technical issue that, particularly if they put NSOs at risk by their behaviour coming into the box, that can be a penalty or even an expulsion. So I think they're just looking for a review of that.
Just checking that.
Yeah. So because we have to keep everybody safe. And it's also,
it's a fun full contact sport, but safety is paramount.
And also it's very tempting to come into the box as quickly as you can, to start your penalty as soon as you can, to get out as soon as you can. But, you know, there are people standing around and we have to make sure they're safe.
So, that was, the review has been lost because they've deemed it wasn't in any intent in there. Yeah. It was just an accidental fall and everyone's okay.
And it was before the chairs, so the chairs didn't move. And that's key. So we are underway again.
So Kitball is starting off on a power jam. They have managed to break through that Sheffield wall, and we are now on a scoring pass as Newcastle's blockers sweep in there for some lovely offence to allow Kitball through.
Sheffield were just not ready for Kitball to be coming back through the pack at that stage. And actually that scoring pass has led to a lead change.
Kibosh is out of the box, back on track, and that sees them now on their initial pass.
As you can see, this is a level 2 jam, so we're looking more at positional blocking than contact. But they see
lovely track awareness there from Newcastle.
See the danger, call the jam.
So 6 points there for Kitball, very much needed for Newcastle. As Dorcas mentioned, we do have a lead change. So now it is 3 points in favour of Newcastle Junior Roller Derby. Back on to a level 3.
Yep, it's just a fantastic game to watch.
So Retro Ben is facing off against Blaze Indigo. Oh, are we having a little bit?
So I think that's a quick official timeout.
Oh, quick change of jammers.
Right. Also, interestingly, from Tombola, our producer, that was the first jam where one team didn't score.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's just so back and forth.
Quite a few jams in to have a holding someone to 0.
Yeah. But I think it just shows how well matched and how much these teams know each other.
It almost seems as if Newcastle have found more of their stride now on track. So, as I mentioned, we have a change of jammer. So Retro Ben has been switched out for Blind Strike.
On this level 3 jam. Blind Strike eyeing up that inside. Thought it was open, but oh no, Newcastle closed it down.
And Blaze Indigo is your lead jammer for Sheffield. So let's see, are we going to see that lead being closed? Beautiful track in there from the pivot. Whiz. Lasers were locked on to Blaze Indigo.
You can see Sheffield going in for offence, but now they have to reset. And oh, there was an apex jump attempt.
How quickly they just get up. Blaze Indigo is through. Had a little bit of a tough old time against that Newcastle wall of blockers then. You can here's some good communication from Newcastle's pivot Wiz. Everyone just taking a knee slightly.
And you can just see how quickly Newcastle's wall reformed up front, able to hold back Blaze Indigo. That was fantastic.
Blaze Indigo's taking the outside line. However, Newcastle went, we'll take the inside and reform right in front of you.
And that was fantastic work from Blaze Indigo to brush off that hit, stay on their skates and skate round. But we actually are seeing that as a cut track penalty. Didn't stay in bounds.
Stayed upright, but not in bounds.
Yeah.
So that gives Blind Strike now a power jam, which worked very well for Newcastle with their power jam start, giving them that the lead in keeping Sheffield to a 0 points for the jam. However, Sheffield's wall locking Blind Strike in.
That's great defence work from Sheffield. And again, that quick reformation, both teams able to just surround the jammer.
Evilo there just stopping our Thunder from recycling her jammer back. So Sheffield have managed to close the gap by 1 point. But Newcastle holding on. 18 minutes of this first half left. And we see Basher up against Jinx as your jammers.
So this level 2 jam, it is Jinx who gets out as lead.
But Basher has managed to get out of the pack. Skating around that apex. So Jinx just slowing down just before they hit the pack there. Picking up 4 points.
And again, you know, I think what's really important, especially in level 2, is that speed that you can reform. It's absolutely crucial, and Sheffield in this jam are succeeding.
Some lovely track awareness there from Newcastle ones, just trying to get in front.
But that's Jinx going to the penalty box for that block you could see in the pack.
Yeah, just a little too much impact for this level of jam.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a back block penalty.
Yeah, so Basher is now your only jammer on track for a power jam. So let's see what their blockers can do to help get some more points.
Because this is a real opportunity for Newcastle to open up this lead significantly. It's great side-to-side lateral blocking from 3-4-5 in Sheffield and the head shark.
Jinx back on track. Luke Laurie in there, just trying to be in the way of Jinx, but not quite successful.
Oh,
Basher coming around the outside there.
That was beautiful.
Basher currently with the highest jam in this game, I reckon.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic play here from Basher. Really extending that Newcastle lead.
Yeah. So Polly Pocket 22 on Discord was saying good luck to Newcastle. Doesn't look like they need it right now.
No, I mean that they've got their look.
So yeah, 68 points to Newcastle, 54 to Sheffield still, and we're in a team timeout, but 15 minutes left in this game.
Now Newcastle will be starting this next jam on a power jam start, as Jinx, the captain, was sent to the penalty box for some illegal contact.
Yeah, unfortunately I can't see which team called the timeout because the scoreboard is a little bit too far away. Oh, I think it's Sheffield. Sheffield called this timeout. Yeah, so we're in this wonderful venue for Five Nations playoffs, and a massive thank you to all of the organisers and volunteers, track repair, who mean that we can have this set up the scoreboard. You know, we're always looking for volunteers. If you want to get more involved in Five Nations, helping us organise the whole championships,
please join us.
Please, you know, contact hello@Five Nations. You know, go on the website, send them a Facebook message.
You don't even need to have years of experience or knowledge of roller derby.
Although, if you do have experience about, you know, sort of setting up online shops,
marketing,
that's something we're specifically looking for help with.
We want your skill set.
So we're lining up again.
So Hootie has replaced Jinx in the box. I'm guessing that's due to the level of the jam this time. So Derby Rammer is taking this power jam start, and
that was a fantastic block.
There we go.
That was
definitely a level 3 jam this time, folks.
That was dangerous.
Yeah. And as Dangerous grows up, he definitely going to live up to his Derby name.
That was just beautiful. You know, when you just appreciate a really good block.
So, Dangerous's track awareness is off. I'm taking him back. There we go. Hootie is out of the box, back on track, and they have picked up lead. So Sheffield in this jam, being able to hold Derby Rammer long enough, so he's not been able to pick up lead and allowing their jammer to get out and score. Derby Rammer though now on their about to start their scoring pass.
And that 64 from Newcastle, Wiz.
Absolutely, yeah, tremendous. Because I was like, I'm sure that's Wiz, but last time I saw the face, they had the pivot cover on.
That was a whole body
beautiful,
block.
Yeah, just
textbook how to keep the jammer behind you.
Yeah, I'm going to use all of me.
But this is a hugely important jam for Sheffield.
Most definitely, that gap is closing. Sheffield's wall of, I think they've learnt a lesson from the previous jam. That timeout has clearly worked.
Chance to re-strategise, and yeah, that inside line was left open by Newcastle. And
Derby Rammer there desperately trying to do a star pass.
Yeah.
So with that 16-point jam, the lead has switched back to Sheffield.
Yeah.
I have a feeling it's going to be a bit like a tennis match with the scores for a little while.
Although I always hesitate doing things like that because announcer's curse is a real thing. So we are lining up. It is Luca Lorien on the jam line versus Kibosh. So what we do tend to see in JRD games, and this is level 2 jam, is actually most of them want to jam. I see very deep jammer rotations. I remember one game I called last year, 11 of the 13 skaters jammed.
That will soon change as they get older.
But it's fantastic that everybody wants to, take the star.
Give it a go.
So you can see here actually it's Kitball for Newcastle.
Yeah, just a slip of the fingers on an iPad there for selecting the lineup. But Kitball, obviously last time they were out. Oh no, it wasn't, was it? It was Basher that got the highest scoring jam last time. Let's see if Kitball can equal or better Basher's high scoring jam. But Kibosh
just able to get right across the track quicker than the wall in front of them.
Drawing the pack from side to side and then just getting through quicker.
Yeah. But Kitball is also out. You can just see them lining up, but holding back Kibosh really effectively this round on Newcastle. As I say it,
Kibosh gets through. Just being able to draw Newcastle's wall nearer to her own Sheffield blockers, knowing full well I can get straight past them. They're not going to be able to get me because there's another wall to get through.
Yeah. And when you are, when it is a level 2 jam, it is all about how can I create problems that people can't hit their way out of.
How much space can I take?
And this is great defense from both teams. Although it was Newcastle picking up 20 points in that jam, but Sheffield 16. Oh, Sheffield 18 and Newcastle 21.
There we go. So Kitball did answer my request.
Yep.
To equal or better, and she has.
So Newcastle now on 90 points, Sheffield on 88. 10 minutes left in this first half. So it's a level 3 jam.
So Bloody Mary, I think first time taking the star.
Yep.
In this game.
And everybody out on the outside. I thought a jam was going up on the inside. It was a blocker, and they still
could just see that's where Bloody Mary's going, but just not quite quick enough.
No.
Our Thunder there taking Blind Strike back for a long recycle. Beautiful positional blocking.
Sheffield's wall at the rear is really holding back Blind Strike.
Hammerhead shot, though, being that strong point in that Sheffield wall. Meantime, Bloody Mary's just skating round.
Laps. It's just laps.
Just because Blind Strike, look at that wall. Every time he thinks, I'm going to try and get through there, no, we lock him down. I'm going to take him to the inside, straight across.
And the thing is, watching that Sheffield wall is like I'm watching any other game of roller derby.
Just watching that tripod just rotate.
Yeah.
Always got their eyes on Blind Strike.
Yeah. I mean, that was top level blocking.
Beautiful.
So that was 8 points for Sheffield. So we have another lead change. 96 now playing 90 for Newcastle.
Very much needed. And it was that wall that got them that.
Absolutely.
That got them that.
So level 2 jam.
So there's our Northern Basher back on track. Taken off on the outside, and it's Jigs has picked up lead this time. However, in all of that confusion with everything going on, Sheffield did not see Basher on the inside, so they have managed to get out and start their initial pass.
Oh, wonderful skate round.
I can see a gap, I can see Basher's coming, so I'm just going to transition, scoot past take my hips past yours, and I'm going to call it. So I'm going to get your 3 and deny you anything.
Yeah. And so that's eking out the lead. 99 points to Sheffield now, 90 for Newcastle. And we have an official timeout.
So obviously, as we mentioned, pretty much the exact same time last year, these two teams faced off.
Yep.
And it went in favour of Sheffield. However, today we're seeing a lot of it could go either way.
Yeah, right now I don't think anybody would want to call who's going to end up with the bronze medal. And I think that both teams, you can just show how much they've grown in just a year, and that's not necessarily because everyone's growing up. It's because new skaters come in, they bring new skills, and I think those who went to the JRDA World Cup are going to bring back that knowledge and experience. So,
yeah, absolutely fantastic. I mean, Freya Slayer has far too much energy. I think parents definitely gave her an extra Weetabix this morning.
And it is early on Sunday morning, and nobody likes that. No. We do this because we love roller derby.
We're here. We're not that energetic.
So I think they were just checking things, and the officials are resetting. So I think we're going to be good to go.
There we go. So with these two powerhouses of jammers. We are back onto a level 3.
Dangerous against Derby Rammer. Newcastle left the inside.
There we go, just not quick enough.
And if you leave that inside line, Dangerous is going to go through it.
And Wiz is going to be annoyed now. There we go.
Yep.
Desperately going to try.
Not able to cover it's the agility that is the real hallmark, I think, of junior roller derby. When I watch it, the ability to get to juke and get across the track is phenomenal.
There we go. Wiz back doing what Wiz does well. Use that entire body to hold that jammer off, and an immediate switch. Because Dangerous is off for a cut track.
So this is a power jam now to Newcastle, but Derby Rammer is still stuck behind, and we have a star pass.
Wiz is now your jammer, and Wiz by name, Wiz by nature. Got that star there. You don't need to tell Wiz twice. She's off. And she's through. Woo.
So Sheffield have had 10 lead jammers in this, and Newcastle only 3. And you look at how tight the score is.
Yeah. That's fantastic. So both jammers back on track, and just at the far corner of your screen there, folks, Wiz just inching their way through, just using toe stops by the looks of it.
But Chaos Uncontrollable with a fantastic block to just over the line. So, you know, Dangerous had no choice but to go out.
Got to get out.
But it's got to go to the line. But this would explain the score. Newcastle have had 5 power jams.
There we go.
There we go.
So, might not necessarily got lead, but you've gained some valuable time with only your jammer on track.
So Newcastle.
Hey, Wiz, definitely throw your hands in the air. Love, that was amazing. Well done. 12 points to 8 for that jam, closing that gap. And both teams, all 12 points apiece, I must say. Apologies. Ref kept some of those in their pocket. But both teams breaking that century mark. Back to a 2. That's a little level 2 there. And so Newcastle do have the pack advantage, as Sheffield do have a blocker in the box.
And the audience at home on Discord, you know, come and join us, talk to us on Discord. And Just Jules saying that it's fab to see the skaters from the next game sat here watching and cheering on their sort of fellow JRDA teams. And it's the atmosphere is everything.
That's what roller derby's all about.
Yeah.
For those 60 minutes you're on track, you're against each other. But every other aspect of derby, you're there for everyone.
Just there for the apex jumps, really.
Yes. I must say, I haven't seen many this weekend yet.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I think most skaters this weekend are firmly in camp, team no jump.
So Emergency is lead, and it is the first time that this player has actually been on the jammer. So again, we're just seeing this massively deep jammer rotation.
Switching through, first time with the star, first time lead, and we are racking up those points already. Emergency. Kitball is finally through that Sheffield wall. We've got Lightning Minx there with their eyes set, ready for some offense. Lovely track awareness there, seeing that the jammer was just about to come in and attempt to score some points.
See the danger, call the jam. So that's put Newcastle on 102, but Sheffield creeping away on 120. But we've seen that means nothing.
It can all change.
But it's 4 minutes to half time, so they're going to want to, I think both teams are going to want to go in into
half time as the lead. So just at the end of that last jam, Chaos Uncontrollable did get sent to the penalty box for a low block. So this time Sheffield have got the blocker advantage, I should say.
It's our Thunder who is the lead jammer for Sheffield. Again, first time I think we've seen them. The second time we've seen them with a star on.
So I've seen them in slightly more of a pivot capacity prior.
But they get the 4 points, they hit it and quit it.
Holding Newcastle down to 0.
And that's a smart move at this stage. So this would only be the second jam that one team has scored. Oh, 4 now. Okay. I'm looking at fifth. I'm looking at our wonderful producer, Tom Bowler, who's given me all the stats. But yes, but it's a smart move at this stage.
Just allows you to keep that lead, keep the energy stores. And unfortunately, in the world of the roller derby, if you're going out jam after jam and they're calling it as you're the jammer, as you're just about to score, jam after that, it does start to affect gameplay. However, we have Basher with a power jam as Jinx has gone to the box for a 4-on penalty.
As you can see, this is level 3 jam. No, level 2, sorry.
Level 2?
It's level 2.
I knew what you meant.
Yes. Because the pack was moving quite fast, and I think that's something you see a lot more at level 2, because then they can try and protect their points, but also be in the right position.
Yeah. I'm going to cover the track.
Yeah.
Because you can't actually skate into me
with speed.
And I want to keep my points. Both jammers are, through. But I think Jinx is now on the scoring pass. In time, Basher is... we stayed in.
Fantastic.
Just double checking their position on track. They're like, did I go out? No, I'm good. I'm going to keep skating. And
that's just great track awareness.
Jinx is back in the box. Ooh. Second penalty of this jam. We've gone in for a back block.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that with it being a level 2 jam, refs are seeing that's just a little too much contact for us for this one.
A little too much speed going into the block.
Oh, well done, Basher. Get those extra 4 points and then lock Sheffield's jammer in that box.
So Newcastle with the power jam start. We have 1 minute left in this game and really closed down that gap. So 16 points to 0 in that jam for Newcastle. So 108.
Narrowing that gap.
Yeah, 118 now playing 124.
And I can see Wiz just skating around just behind that jam line with the star on.
That's who I would put on this level 3 jam.
Sheffield coming to meet them. Jig round, can we get through? Are we staying in? Oh, beautiful.
Brushed off that hit from Dangerous like it didn't happen.
Yeah. I mean, excellent commitment from Dangerous for the hit, but what a skill from Wiz to stay in.
But also, what a great penalty kill by Sheffield.
And obviously, with this being a level 3 jam, Jinx has been swapped out for Hootie.
But Hootie comes out of the box and picks up lead. We have a star pass from Newcastle because Wiz wasn't able to get through it even on a power start.
There we go. So Sheffield really killing that power jam start with a really good strong wall. Wasn't necessarily always a tripod, but someone was always holding.
But Newcastle took their eye off the ball, and you can't do that if Hootie is about. Left the inside open, Hootie took it, scored the points, and is back in the pack.
Wiz is back though in that blocking capacity. Look at that strong Newcastle Sheffield wall at the back of the pack there. Wiz going in to try and break it up.
And a big sprawl on the outside.
Looked like a jammer-on-jammer collision there.
But Hootie now just having to push up in front, push Wiz out play. Does it. Clears for another 4 points. So, we just had that 16-0 jam. This is a huge jam for Sheffield, and it is going to be straight into half-time after this.
Yeah, this is extending Sheffield's lead even further now.
jam comes
There
to
we
an
go.
end. Oh,
Wow.
So that is, we're just seeing if there's any additional passes. So that is
Anyone
16 points for Sheffield. So literally 16-0 to Newcastle. Next jam, 16-0 to Sheffield.
Yep, and Newcastle's jammer didn't even get out onto an initial.
Yeah.
So that shows you the calibre of the blocking from Sheffield there.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
So that's left Newcastle on 118, Sheffield on 140. Still not sure who's going to be taking that bronze medal.
So we'll see what what these young'uns do during their half time, what they bring out for the second half.
So we'll be back in about 13 minutes. I've been Dork Mistress.
I've been Haiti Perry.
And Tom Bowler has been our fantastic producer. Welcome back to Fenton Manor Leisure Centre, the home of Five Nations Roller Derby Playoffs 2025. We are on game 10 today. I am Dork Mistress.
And I'm Haiti Perry.
And we have Tom Bowler as our producer. And we are here for Newcastle Junior Roller Derby versus Sheffield Steel Roller Derby. So this is the bronze medal match for the JRDA division of Five Nations. So there's a medal at stake at the end of this. The current score is, as you can see, Newcastle on 118 and Sheffield on 140. But that first half,
wow, it had absolutely everything. We had some very high scoring jams throughout that, and that's obviously what's crept the score line to how it is. However, Leeds versus not Leeds.
So it's a really interesting, if you look at the stats, so Sheffield have had lead 13 times and Newcastle only 4. So how are the scores so close? Because Sheffield have given away 7 jammer penalties, but Newcastle have only given away 1. And I think the other thing is that both of the high scoring jams are on Newcastle side, so they've 21 and 20, whereas Sheffield have been more consistent. They've got a 16 and an 18, but actually they've been putting more on every jam. Newcastle have got a number of jams where they haven't scored. They've had 5, whereas Sheffield have only got 2 jams where they haven't scored.
Yeah.
So it's been back and forth. We've had a number of lead changes. We've also had quite a difference in how we approach jamming. So Newcastle have got 2 jammer rotations for both level 3 and level 2. Whereas Sheffield, level 2, they've only got 2 jammer rotation because they've only got 5 level 2 players. But level 3, they've had 5 different jammers.
Wow, that's a plethora.
Yeah. And we've talked about that, and it's wonderful to see people wanting to jam. But we're ready to get underway.
And speaking of jammers, taken to the track for the first jam of this second half, it is a level 3 jam, and we see Blind Strike taken on Our Thunder. 2 evenly matched jammers, I would say, from what we've seen, especially jamming and blocking on track in that first half.
Blind Strike's been able to get through, but sometimes that Sheffield wall has been devastating and held back Blind Strike.
Just locking him in.
And they're starting
and
out right now.
There we go. But, managed to get through. But straight away, Sheffield not panicking. That wall has come back up. Skaters are recycling round. Just kept him to that first turn.
Just giving Sheffield and Our Thunder the opportunity to get the 4 points and call the jam.
And during that very quick first jam, Tiny Tornado has been sent to the penalty box for a directional penalty, which means in this second jam, which I do believe is going to be a level 2 jam, so Tiny Tornado has been switched out for Freya Slayer to make sure we've got the right level skaters coming into this jam, and Sheffield have the pack advantage, which is going to make it tricky for Kitbull, because that is a good tripod wall there with 3, 4, 5 hammerhead shark, not needing to join that wall, but just covering that inside to outside if needed.
But it was hammerhead shark not noticing where the track was, unintentionally did a cut, even as a blocker. So you can see both teams lined up waiting for the jammers. Oh, and didn't cover the inside line. Sheffield there, leaving that inside
gave
open.
Kitball that gap to get through. And we have all blockers on track. Almost there as if Sheffield didn't see the star on Kitball's head.
And I think that's, and when you are at level doing a level 2 jam, you have to be really aware of where the jammer is.
Yeah.
Because all you can do is positional blocking.
You can't, you know, there's no impact allowed, so you really need to make sure you are there and in the way.
And this much better this time by Sheffield, holding back Kitball.
Emergency there, picking up another 4 points. Yeah, so Sheffield that this wall is now really locked in, getting that coverage of the track.
And Newcastle having a bit more of a struggle, but now they've got 3 blockers on track. Just looking for, pushed out of play by Sheffield's jammer.
Quite high scoring for both teams here.
Yep.
Jam coming to an end. Do we have any extra in the pocket, or is it going to stay as 12-6? How are we doing? I can't see any hands in the air from our jam refs.
But I think we might be going into a timeout situation. You can see the Newcastle bench on the inside.
Just creeping in, just want to clarify something.
It's an official review.
There we go.
It's like we're psychic.
We can see someone coming in that looks like they want to talk to the officials.
So just a reminder that after this game, go and get a coffee or a tea and some brunch maybe.
Yeah.
But come back here because we will be having the JRDA gold medal game after this.
So all of the shinies are being handed out today.
Yes, all of this, all are being handed out today, and it is Borderland Beast Junior versus Demonburg. Demonborough. Apologies to Demonborough. Yes, so that will be the JRDA game.
We're on game 10, folks. Game 10.
Yes, and that will be game 12, and it's due to start at around 11:30, and that will be, as we say, for the gold medal.
Yeah.
Also, the medals will be given out immediately at the end of this game. Now, that will still be on camera, but we get to go and have a break, so we won't be talking over it. So if
you mean we're not going down there to get a medal ourselves?
No.
Oh.
I know, we're more important than the skaters.
Do you think they've got spares? Do you think they will notice?
Yes.
I'll hide it under my tie. They won't know.
So anyway, if you are interested, so it's an basically yes. So Newcastle wanted the official review because they wanted a failure to reform on a black 444. So that would have been
Kibosh.
Yeah, that would have been skating off and not coming back to the pack when there was a no pack called. So we're just waiting to see what the results of that were. So I think it's. I'm looking to see if there's any change in the penalty box. That will be the key for us. The officials are still debating it, so we don't know yet. But yes, so as I was saying, if you want to see the winners of this game get the medals, keep watching at the end of this game because it will happen immediately. And then we'll go straight into the warm-ups and getting ready for the gold medal game. And then after that game on this track, we're going to have the Tier 2 gold medal game, Wiltshire versus Bristol. And that's at 2. And then at 4, it looks as though it's going to be the Manchester Valkyries. We'll be playing at either
London Battersea or Big Box.
Yes. So that will be... Yeah, it's 116 to Devon. It's 174 to the Valkyries.
Ooh.
That's the unofficial
final score.
Yeah.
Cheers, Tombola.
So it will be Valkyries going through to the Tier 3 final.
So referees just really trying to decide here.
Well, the teams are being told, so we will have an end to this official review shortly.
I'm sure you can hear the ecstatic chants coming from the audience on track number 1.
Yep. I mean, I think both teams were thrilled to be in playoffs, and to have got through to the semi-finals, I think, was a big deal for both of them.
The Valkyries, mate, they brought a lot of noise yesterday. Not just for their own game.
Yeah.
For they were definitely behind Durham as they faced off against London Battersea yesterday.
So the no call stands, the official review has been lost. So we are back underway as we were just before the whistles.
And do not adjust your sets, folks. Yes, you can only see 2 black Sheffield. Oh, hang on, we've got 3. Our screen's telling us there's 2 in the box. No, we've only got 1 in the box.
I think.
Oh, hang on, are we having to switch a few around?
We will probably have to switch around due to level of jam, because this is going to be a level 3 jam.
So according to the end of that, the previous jam, it was 1 blocker for Newcastle should be sitting in the box, and we should have 2 in for Sheffield.
Refs are talking to the benches, so I'm sure it's all being sorted out.
There we go.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we've got skaters waiting ever so patiently.
Definitely level 3 skaters.
Yes.
So, yeah, refs still talking to the benches. We have a wonderful view here in Fenton Manor Leisure Centre. We're on the balcony of judgment, as we know it. So we get the sort of wide view across the track.
However, we are having to dip high, dip low through the security.
And here you can see the switch around happening in the box. Yep. So I think we're just about good to go.
Ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
Yep. So White 16 on the jam line, so Chaos Uncontrollable. First time that we've seen them on the jam line in this game from our wonderful producer, Tom Bowler.
Done some very good pivoting and some offence in the first half. Let's see.
And it's interesting because Newcastle's had that tight 2 jammer rotation at both levels. So to bring in a new jammer at this stage, you know, I mean, it is only just after the half time.
So yeah, just change it up a little, see if a slight change in our rotation can give us that extra edge. Can it add a boost of energy and indeed a boost of points? So Blaze Indigo.
So yes, so 1 Sheffield blocker in the box standing.
There we go.
But it is definitely Newcastle that have the pack advantage.
We've got Wiz on that jam line.
But Chaos Uncontrollable with 2 Sheffield blockers ahead of them.
Couldn't quite keep Blaze Indigo at bay. Out on the outside to pick up lead. Slowly the penalty box is emptying.
Chaos Uncontrollable pushing up front, and it's Blaze Indigo pushing at the back.
Retro Ben there, desperately trying to hold that outside line, but Blaze Indigo took the inside line this time. Chaos Uncontrollable is completing their initial pass. So are we going to see that through and call? There we go. Or have we managed to get past the hips of 1 blocker there, Newcastle?
Are there any sneaky points available?
I don't think so.
There's only 1 jammer ref with a hand up. So that's 6 points for Sheffield, taking them to 166. Newcastle now on 130. This is time for Newcastle to change it up.
Yeah, that gap is... Oh no, we've got 2. Sorry, there we go. I did think possibly as those whistles started, just from the angle of what we got from the camera, it looked like they might have gone past the hips. But yeah, that gap is increasing now.
But
however, Basher is on track.
Yeah.
Basher is one of our highest scoring jammers of this game. So this could all mean that a change is occurring. Kai Bosch is speeding out of that pack to try and come back in.
Oh, Sheffield was set up, but that was absolutely gorgeous positional blocking from Newcastle. That was just wonderful. Perfect, left enough space, and Sheffield couldn't stop Basher.
Couldn't get there in time.
Oh, but a lovely skate on the inside row from inside right line from Kai Bosch.
Basher got through, but took a little stumble, and Sheffield took that opportunity to reform in front of her.
And again, it's how these walls reform and hold the jammers when it is, you know, you can't skate into it.
Beautiful lateral movements there from the Newcastle wall, switching from the inside to the outside to keep Kai Bosch at bay.
And that's really made a difference because Basher is now on multiple scoring passes ahead of Kai Bosch.
Yeah.
And at level 2, that's the game. It's like
that's where it all comes in. That's the make or break for winning that jam.
Because you can't do the hit out and recycle in the same way, it has to be that holding the jammer back. Kai Bosch through very quickly, and Basher also through. So it's now that sort of foot race back to the pack
to see who can pick up the more scoring passes at the minute. I think Newcastle are running this jam just to try and get the points.
Yep. And actually, Kai Bosch able to catch up on those scoring passes.
Tom Bowler, is that Sheffield's highest scoring jam of the game so far?
I believe so. Yep. Yeah, both teams taking 20 points. So very high scoring jam, but at least they were both equal. But I want to see Newcastle winning some of these jams.
Yeah, it's they're racking the points up.
Yeah.
But it's not having an impact on that lead difference.
So now in this level 3 jam.
So blind strike against Bloody Mary. Obviously, as we mentioned, Sheffield have got a higher jammer rotation, so we've not seen Bloody Mary come out as often as other jammers, and especially against the Newcastle jammers. Blind strike, however, pretty consistent with their jamming.
But again, it's facing that tough Sheffield wall, breaks through and completes scoring pass.
Chased down there by the Sheffield blocker, but just far too quick for them to get in and engage in front of them. But look at that wall reforming right in front of blind strike. Literally swallowed up by that wall.
And a
beautiful
hit and recycle. But both jammers facing tough tripod walls.
You can definitely see the difference between the level 2 and the level 3. If just when those level 2 blockers level up to a level 3, when they can add that engagement.
Yep, so we have a star pass by Sheffield because they wanted to get out of the packets. I think it is our Thunder. Yeah.
Speeding through on that inside line. Absolute blur to the Newcastle blockers was our Thunder then. Oh.
So I think blind strike had enough, and you know there was a real risk on the points. So this way, I think Newcastle, who probably picked up some extra points on that pass, they have won the jam. So 11 points to 8. So Newcastle now on 163. Sheffield just 21 points ahead on 194, and we have 21 minutes left in the game. So plenty of time for this to change up.
Newcastle need a lot more like that.
31, sorry. Can't even do maths, can't do words.
It's Sunday morning, Tom Bowler.
So this level 2 jam. Level 2? Yes, level 2.
Kickball and emergency.
The walls lined up, looking at them going, you got to get past us.
Come on. Nice to see pivots just maintaining that eye contact with the jammer.
Psychological games
One of
are
my
important.
favourite things to do, just stare into the jammer's soul. From that 5-second point, I'm going to look at you.
So that penalty to Newcastle freed up emergency lead jammer for Sheffield.
However, kickball is through. Emergency about to re-engage at the back of the pack. Oh, the urgency there from Chiwaka. However, just couldn't get there in time to then kill their speed to avoid that contact. Meantime, kickball coming through. Beautiful jammer there, encouraging that black Sheffield wall into the inside lane and then immediately switching out to take the outside round them. So very well played for 4 points there. So there we go, emergency taking, drawing the white Newcastle wall and sneaking around the outside of them. Just checking there. Oh, there we go. So another really close jam. However, it's just not in going in Newcastle's favour at the minute. 10 points playing 12 for that jam. And that lead is starting to increase again. So 33 points differential, Tom Bonhammer there. Thank you very much. So, level 3, folks. We've got Hootie going up against Chaos Uncontrollable. And our tripod walls can make contact and absorb an impact there now.
But I think the difference between the two teams, and I think what's really at the core of the score differential, is Sheffield's wall.
Yes, they, especially at these level 3 walls as well. And if the level 2 blockers training alongside and watching the level 3, the Sheffield blockers are going to be some good stock in the roller derby world.
Yeah, they're definitely more capable of holding back the Newcastle Jammers than the other way round. Definitely something that I think both teams can go home, watch and have a think about.
So there we go, we've got Dangerous there forcing Chaos Uncontrollable off, and another recycle there by Dangerous. See, quick recycle back and then flips through back to the front of that pack. I'm not needed in that wall, he says. However, I'm available if need be. Hootie, meantime, racking up those points. Chaos still struggling to get through.
Oh, that was a wonderful little hop from Hootie, because Newcastle were blocking to the line, so jump over them.
I've got to go over your legs.
Yep.
Can't go through you, so I'll go over you.
That's a new tactic. But just look at that Sheffield wall. I mean, Chaos Uncontrollable is, I believe, still on their initial.
Yeah.
That's a full hold by Sheffield on Newcastle, and you can see that in the point score. 18 points to Sheffield.
90. Oh, hang on. No. Newcastle did manage to get 2. It's just with that reforming. So they'd got the block of points. However, when that wall reforms in front of you, you've just not picking up the full 4.
Yeah.
Because you've gained the 2, but then you're still battling against the 2 people whose points you've taken.
But just, widening that lead, Sheffield, with 16 minutes left on the clock.
50-point differential.
Yeah.
Really, these Sheffield walls, with their jammers managing to get through on multiple scoring passes, is what's creeping this score up now.
Yeah.
So we've got Basher and Jinx on track as your jammers. So nice slow walls this time for this level 2. We've seen a lot of skate away.
But Basher was approaching the pack, so Jinx had no choice but to call the jam and protect that lead at this stage. Smart move by Sheffield.
So we've got Blind Strike, and I'm guessing our Thunder may be taking the star. This Arthur Dangerous. No, I haven't swatched it. I'm going to say I'm sure it's them. So our Thunder.
And you can just see the house announcers having a little bit of a dance.
Smashy there, just.
But in that confusion, it is our our Thunder. I've now confused the two.
And we have a power jam, I'm sure. I've just seen Blind Strike go skate past the camera to the box.
Yeah.
That's the first one.
For Blind Strike, yeah. Oh, for
this half. There we go.
Yeah.
Wow, well done, folks.
And
over 15 minutes of skated. Nice.
And that was a back block penalty that sent Blind Strike to the box.
So this is really going to open Sheffield's lead up. Look at that.
Yeah.
Newcastle completely surrounded by that black wall.
Yeah.
Oh.
But our Thunder calling that to start on a power start for Sheffield. But the speed that our Thunder was coming into the pack with, Newcastle just couldn't hold them back.
Right, so Kitball is facing off against Kibosh. Obviously, it's not a power jam start. We must have completed their penalty time as the whistle must have gone. Unfortunately, our view of the penalty box is slightly covered by the fence that's supposed to keep us safe. So Kibosh is your lead jammer. However, Kitball is out on that initial pass.
Such a textbook. Duke to the outside of the track. The pack moves across. The Newcastle pack moves across. Sheffield jammer skates through the inside.
And that has worked very well for Sheffield today. Although in fairness, Kitball does it quite well. Drawing them from one side to the other. Looking for that gap there, Kitball. Meantime.
And it's such a good basic skill to have that ability to duke and change direction so quickly. It's primary tactic, when you are a jammer in level 2. But that's just going to stand you in stead of your whole derby career.
Just seeing a pivot for Newcastle there. Fatal Fred. Just going through, just trying to break up that Sheffield wall in the least contact as possible, but still being effective. It's literally just joined their wall.
So another crucial jam for Sheffield, putting multiple scoring passes on the board, and that's 12 points, 4 for Newcastle. So this means that Sheffield are now on 253 and Newcastle on 179. 12 minutes left in this game. So Sheffield now, in the second half, definitely opening up that lead.
And Newcastle are sending out a new jammer.
Ooh.
We have Evil O taking the star for the first time today.
In this level 3 jam.
Evil O is up against Blaze Indigo. And Evil O is straight in off that jam line into that formidable Sheffield wall. Just trying I'm going to go for the outside. Nope, they're there. Just go for the middle. Nope, they're there. And Evil O, pushing with all their might, but we have handed that star over, so Wiz is now your jammer for this one.
It's Sheffield's 6th lead jammer in a row, and that was, you can see that in the points differential opening up.
Dangerous there, just taking Wiz slightly off track. Wiz just checking, did my foot go into the infield? Yes, it did. So just as I thought they'd broken through, had to recycle back, but Wiz making light work of that Sheffield pack. A manic call off there from Blaze Indigo, because before they'd even realised it, Wiz was right next to them.
Yeah, the speed that Wiz put on in those last few seconds to try and grab a point, but unsuccessful. 8 points for Sheffield in that jam, taking them to 261. Newcastle now on 179.
And this lead is quite substantial now.
Yep. 10 minutes left in this game. It is a level 2 jam.
There we go, so Emergency and Basher. Basher just not quite getting through the pack at the front, taking it to the outside. Meantime, Emergency is going inside, outside, inside, outside. Can I get through? And Basher is Out's lead jammer. Emergency right behind.
Interestingly, both jammers number 999.
Oh.
So if there is a jammer penalty and they're both in the pack,
just got to listen to the colour. This is where colour becomes important, folks. Some beautiful movement there from Emergency. However,
oh, look at that blocking!
Just these white Newcastle blockers are just really their awareness is picking up.
Yeah, but Luca Lorien holding back across the width of the track one-on-one. That was absolutely
beautiful.
Fantastic.
Take a bow, Luke. Beautiful blocking.
And you can. And this is where it matters because you're holding back the jammers.
And you can see that in the reflection of points scored so far this jam. These points they're hard to earn with these blockers now because the position's there.
It's taken 1 minute 30 to do two scoring passes. I mean, that, and we're not seeing that in the rest of the game.
No. So something's locking in.
So Basher is now, 1.5 scoring passes ahead of Emergency.
And then Luke Lorien there showing us that beautiful blocking again. Absolutely fantastic.
But the jam comes to an end. That was a great jam for Newcastle.
And that is what their blockers needed to do in that level 2 jam.
But I'm team Luca Lorien there. Yep. That was fantastic. 12 points for Newcastle, taking them to 191. Only 5 for Sheffield in that jam, taking them to 266. So, and 8 minutes left in this game.
So back to a level 3. And we've got Blind Strike taking on Bloody Mary. And Bloody Mary sees.
But it is a cut track penalty for Bloody Mary.
Did Bloody Mary get lead before the cut?
I'm just having a... No, lead has been awarded.
There we go.
You can tell by the jammer ref pointing.
Yes, we were pointing at Bloody Mary and then we were off.
Yeah.
So
if lead has been called, but the penalty happened before lead was established,
it can still be
given to the other party.
There we go.
Yeah.
So it's getting penalty heavy. Oh no, our Thunder was in the box, they're not in the box. What is Newcastle going to do with this quite crucial power jam at this point in the game?
Yeah. It's the first jammer penalty for Sheffield in the second half. But 60 points is not the hugest gap to sort of shut down because we've
got a star
points.
pass, so our Thunder is now the active jammer from Sheffield. So Bloody Mary's come back on track after serving their penalty and immediately gone, you take this.
But Blind Strike having trouble with that Sheffield wall up front.
Bloody Mary showing some really good pack awareness there, keeping the pack known so they can keep their jammer from getting out. Oh,
so our Dangerous now on second scoring pass, but Blind Strike is on 5th scoring pass. So but our Dangerous is catching up.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, smart call.
So if you've got our Thunder speeding around that apex, you're gonna have to call it.
So that's 17 points for Newcastle in that jam and 8 for Sheffield. 208 versus 274. Now we've got less than 6 minutes. It's a big job to close that down.
Yeah.
But Newcastle have definitely decided to do the best they can, to see.
I mean, they're racking the points up now in the jams, but they're still leaking points to Sheffield, which is still keeping.
So it's an official timeout, and there's a chance to note that tomorrow it's McBain's birthday, who is the penalty wrangler for this game. So
happy birthday to you.
Yeah. Also, if you are or have a junior skater in your family and you are interested in training with Team GB and thinking about the 2027 World Cup, there are some boot camps coming up in October, which there are still some spaces, September and October. So check out Team GB JRD on Facebook to find out how to book into those. And so these boot camps are designed to provide aspiring national team skaters with a unique insight into the Team GB training environment. You can push your limits and showcase your potential.
Do you like to be a fly on the wall of one of those boot camps?
But there's so much potential here.
Oh.
Yeah. You just look at the standard of roller derby we are watching today.
I imagine for like the entire boot camp, my flabber would be gasted. I'd just be like.
And the other quick check on the penalties. So Newcastle are on 17 and Sheffield are on 23. It is only Jinx who's heading towards the danger zone on 5 penalties. Everybody else, it's a fair spread and mix. But with 5 minutes left, I think everybody's going to be fine as long as they don't do anything silly.
Let's not do any of the naughty things on track. We are back to a level 2 jam, and we see Kitbull facing off against Kibosh. Quite a frequent jammer matchup for this game, and I think it's all fairly 50-50 on the leads and the points almost for this. Kibosh possibly picking up more leads, but Kitbull
out for lead for Newcastle at a really crucial jam.
But come on, Kitbull, Kibosh is speeding around that apex. But you got to kill some of that speed, Kibosh.
Or use it in a jump.
Yeah.
But great recycle by the Newcastle wall, but that Sheffield wall up front holding back Kitbull. And Kibosh skates around on the inside, overtaking Kitbull. Because I think, especially in these level 2 jams, it's all about what lap they're on.
Yeah. To get it. Little lightning minx, even, I should say. Trying to provide some offense for Kitbull there.
So Kitbull wisely saying, no, we're not going to let Sheffield run away with this.
Let's not give Kibosh any more points in this jam.
So 3 for Newcastle and 4 for Sheffield.
And I can see Wiz and Hootie on the jam line for this level 3 jam. Wiz just telling her blockers what she wants. So let's see.
She wants everybody up close.
Yep, keep them there. And that is exactly why.
But Hootie was quicker on the outside.
Just. So it's almost as if both blocking walls were just distracted by each other.
So, and again, just incredible positional blocking by Sheffield, clearing the inside line for Hootie. Now on second scoring pass.
And with a power jam.
Yeah.
Something Newcastle really did not need to give away at this point.
And it's a low block for Wiz.
Hootie now coming round. There we go, 3 scoring passes. Wiz is now out of the box. Come on, Wiz. Oh, beautiful. Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah, and
take a bow. That was stunning.
Yeah.
Absolutely stunning. Meantime, Hootie's just going around. 20 points.
And at this stage, really ensuring that Sheffield are going to be the ones taking home the shiny medals.
And Wiz now on completing their initial pass.
So this is the highest scoring jam for Sheffield. I think the highest scoring jam
for
of the game.
So,
and we're still going.
Yeah. Just. Oh, I'm still absolutely stunned by that beautiful hit by Johnny B. Bad. I'm just, he just swung from the up the front of the pack, from the inside line to the outside line. And see you later.
Yeah. I'm with you. I am. It was genuinely one of the most beautiful things I've seen in a long time.
I just think we simultaneously just went, oh.
And it wasn't because of the impact. It was just the beauty,
the timing of it, and where it'd come from. Any of you that are listening at home and on Discord, share the noises you made when that beautiful piece of blocking came in from Johnny B. Bad. Level 2 jam now with Basha and Jinx. And your favourite positional blocker is on track for Newcastle. Fabulous.
And never giving up.
Nope.
Never giving up.
Tenacious as anything. Resilient.
But Jinx got the outside line and got through.
We are skating our way to the box. It looks like Jinx. Is it? Or is that a blocker?
That's a blocker.
That's a blocker. I'm a head shark.
Yes, but with that sort of pack disadvantage, Sheffield had just as Basha went through and only 2 blockers. Basha made short work of that.
So Jinx is out. Jinx is got 4 points on the scoreboard. And as we've seen quite a few times today, slightly sped up pack to keep away. But absolutely fantastic. Beautiful.
But also great of Jinx to just physically push through. That strength to go, there's 3 of you, no big deal.
I'm just going to keep skating and just slightly push you that way, and just manage to split that Newcastle wall up so we could just get through to that outside line.
But Freya Slayer in the penalty box for a direction.
Basha there, just so pulling that Sheffield wall to the outside. There we go. Come on, get on back. Don't cut the track, Basha.
But great track awareness from Basha, and but again, just these Sheffield walls they're lush.
I'm a head shark there, just providing that extra support to Anarchy, not initiating an impact but absorbing any push from Basha there. Any extras that are going to go on, or are we going to stay on 12-16? Or Jam refs are just going over to the scoreboard just to double check with their scorekeepers how we're doing.
So the unofficial score is that Newcastle finish on 226, but Sheffield still take the bronze medal with 326 points in this JRDA bronze medal match. But what a game! Like that was such a good game to watch. Just to see sort of strategy and tactics.
And if the skaters are doing this at this stage in their roller derby journey, what are we going to be seeing in future WFTDA and MRDA games? It's going to be next level stuff.
I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it. So, as we said, we will be awarding the medals immediately at the end of this game. We will have gone because it's time for a coffee.
Time for it to go.
And but do continue watching, and then we will go straight into the JRDA gold medal game. So, Borderland Beast Juniors versus Demon Brett Juniors. And they will be, due to start about 11:30. I think we're probably running a little bit behind.
Slightly behind, just because we had a couple of extra longer official reviews.
Exactly. So, we can keep you updated in the Discord to let you know when that's going to be starting. But I would imagine around 11 sort of 35, 11:40 would be my guess. But as we said, if you're not joining us on Discord, why not?
Come on.
And we can tell you then when the game is going to start. Please go refresh yourselves, come back, because I think that is going to be an even...
It's going to be a good one.
It's going to be so good. So we'll wrap up here. They're going to do the skate round and then get the medals. I've been Door Mistress.
I've been Haiti Perry.
And we had the wonderful Tom Bowler as our producer.